Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with the Stevie Breach Show. We're talking all about the upcoming WWE Extreme Rules 2016 pay-per-view, which is going to be coming to you live on the WWE Network. I will have to tell you that, honestly, for this prediction show, I had to make a list of the matches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches. I honestly could probably tell you 3 of these matches if we were having a normal conversation about the show without having to really think about what was going on. I had to go over to Wikipedia to write down the match listings. I know about the main event. I know about the Tornado Tag. I could have told you the 4 participants of the Intercontinental title match. And except for that, honestly, nothing really matters on this show. I'm even at the point right now to tell you 100% that I'm just not really into wrestling as of right now. I just really haven't felt it since WrestleMania. There hasn't really been a big news story to pull me back into wrestling. I'll tell you that AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns is a good main event. It's something that is honestly holding everything in wrestling back together. I really like the fact that Machine Gun Carl Anderson, a.k.a. Nerf Gun Anderson, as we were making fun of him last night, having to change his name in WWE, and Luke Gallows coming back. 2 guys that I really like and I'm really looking forward to seeing in the foreseeable future. They haven't been winning a lot of matches, but they've been really used in a high spot on the card, which is fun, but at the same time it makes me think of like the Nexus. How the Nexus was used as a big part of the WWE for the summer of 2010, and then come fall to winter, they just fell off the face of the earth. And even though guys like Heath Slater, Darren Young are still in the company, but Daniel Bryan, he had a great run. Wade Barrett had a great run. They're out of the company now. Looks like Ryback's going to be out of the company sooner than later. Otunga didn't even make it until the end of the group before. Well, Otunga did make it to the end of the group, but he didn't do much after that. I was actually thinking of Tarver, who I was thinking of. So I don't know, man. I like these guys. I root for them. I'm glad they're going to be cashing checks, but I wish they were whipping some more ass. Hopefully, once Finn Balor jumps up on board, maybe we'll get something from there. But looks like the show is going to start off with either the no DQ match, Ziggler versus Corbin, or Kalisto versus Rusev in the pre-show match. A few matches on here are championship matches. They don't have stipulations, even though it's Extreme Rules. I'm guessing they're thinking that the belt is going to be enough to carry it as well. I'm going to start off with Ziggler versus Corbin because honestly, in my mind, it's one of the matches that I just don't care so much for. I'm just really going to go with the 50-50 style booking is the reason I'm picking Corbin. This match is being billed as a no disqualification match. The main event is being billed as an Extreme Rules match. Honestly, what is the difference? I know I don't get many comments anymore, but if you can leave me one comment describing to me what is the difference between a no DQ and an Extreme Rules match, I would greatly appreciate it. Even if you tweeted to me, at Stevie Breach. If you do, you'll be the winner of the day. I'll put you over. But Corbin to get the win over Ziggler because Ziggler got the win last month. From there we go to the tag team titles match, which is the New Day against the Vaudevillains. I can honestly say that the New Day had their skit on Monday. Kind of funny seeing them, portray themselves as time travelers, a lot like the Vaudevillains. I will say that honestly, the New Day hasn't really been on the radar in the last month at all. The Vaudevillains, they had the match against Enzo and Kaz, where Enzo got injured last month on the pay-per-view. They ended up giving the win, even though it was the match was thrown out due to the injury. I don't really see the Vaudevillains beating the New Day. I just don't see them as being WWE Tag Team Champions, and that's just the way that it's going to be. So I picked the New Day in that match. From there we go to Charlotte versus Natalya. This has 2 stipulations. This is a submission match, and as well as that, Ric Flair is being barred from ringside due to his constant interference in Charlotte's matches. In this match, I'm going to pick Charlotte to get the win. I'm guessing this is just going to be a blow-off for Natalya, and then she'll go back to barely wrestling on television, wrestling on a lot of house shows, being a part of Total Divas, maybe managing Tyson Kidd, and just sort of slipping back into that thing. It's been nice to see Natalya used as a featured wrestler, I guess you can say, in the women's division since WrestleMania, but I just don't really honestly think it's going to last. I don't think that she's going to be the one to step up and beat Charlotte. Charlotte's been having one hell of a run. I think the only person who's going to step up and be able to beat her as of right now is Sasha Banks. I don't know. There's only 7 matches. One of these is going to be on the pre-show. I wouldn't be surprised if Dana Brooke versus Becky Lynch pops up on this show as a non-advertised match. It'd be great for the women's division to have 2 matches on one show. That's my guess. Kalisto versus Rusev more than likely is going to be tucked into the pre-show, it should be because it's for the United States Championship, and the United States Championship seems to be exclusively held on the pre-show. My guess is that Rusev is going to get the win. Not sure if this is going to tie into John Cena's return, having John Cena go after a championship and have it, sort of being a big deal that he is coming back. The United States Championship hasn't meant as much since John Cena did drop the title. It was on the pre-show of WrestleMania. It had a little run with Kalisto, but he hasn't really pushed it at all. And it would sort of be like a reset for Rusev. It didn't really work for him being with Summer Rae. It didn't really work for him being in the League of Nations. Just go back to having Rusev and Lana whoop some ass. And, I think that people will jump back on the Rusev bandwagon, whether that means he has to face John Cena and Cena has to beat Rusev. Please don't have him beat him 4 pay-per-views in a row. That's all I gotta say. Miz, Owens, Cesaro, and Zayn wrestling for the Intercontinental Championship in a fatal 4-way match. I don't know. I don't know. I want to pick Cesaro, but I don't feel like it's going to be Cesaro. Sami Zayn doesn't feel like he's going to be pulling out the victory here. So it leaves me Miz and Owens, and I'm guessing that the championship just stays on Miz, and we got the fucking car alarm going off. No, it is what it is. Sorry, guys. So maybe that's a sign that, it started going off when I said Miz. So maybe Miz is going to be the winner. So pick him and Maurice, keeping the Intercontinental Championship. From there we go to the 2 main events in my mind. The Usos versus the Club. That, of course, being Machine Gun Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. This is going to be a tornado tag with no tags. Both, I guess all 4 men, not both teams, will be legal at the same time. So it is what it is. They're going to fight it out. Honestly, in my mind, I think the Club has to pull out the victory here. I think they need the victory big time. That would knock out the Usos from being able to interfere in the main event. If you do a supreme beatdown on these guys, and that would sort of leave the Club and AJ Styles to run ruckshot over Roman Reigns, and maybe they could portray Roman Reigns as being able to fight off all 3 guys at one time at one point. But I don't know. I really do. I pick the Club. Go with the Club here. And in the main event, Roman versus AJ. This is an Extreme Rules match. Lots of different ways you can go here with the debut of Finn Balor. I really want it. I can honestly tell you that I'm not really feeling it as of right now. So maybe it's not going to happen. But we'll see what happens with this one. If you had to put money on this fight, even if you don't have to put money on this fight, you got to go with Roman Reigns to get the victory here. I love AJ Styles. I love the Club. I don't see them stealing the championship away. It was cool to see him get 2 wins over Roman Reigns at the last pay-per-view. Even if they were non-title decisive and non-match ending with the count-out as well as the disqualification victory. Extreme Rules match. This is going to live up to it. It should be one hell of a fight. I don't think it's going to be a great pay-per-view, but this should be worth checking out. So pick Roman over AJ. Extreme Rules. No championship change. Finn Balor, maybe. We'll have to see. Now there's a rumor The Rock might show up. Never know.